What is going on, guys? White Gaming back again with some more Survive the Nights. Today we're just doing a quick video on the basic beginner tips and tricks, just to help you guys out, get you started and keep you alive long enough to slay some zombies and actually survive the nights. And if it helps, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop some likes, and let me know in the comments what else you want to see on this game. I'm planning on doing some crafting videos later on, but at the moment I don't quite get the crafting system fully. So we will get to that when we get to it. But yeah, for now, let's jump straight in. What I want to do is craft a club, some sort of defensive weapon, because with your fists you are not going to last long. So now you can find clubs on logs like this, you can find them on little piles of rubble on the floor. You can't get it from trees because you need an axe for that. You can find things from here. And then what you need to do is just go into your inventory. Obviously, it's quite annoying. Club, bish, bash, bosh, and craft that. There we go. Nice and simple. You now have a club. So next up, you've crafted your club. Next thing you want to craft is a canteen. They're essential for survival. Without the water, you are going to die pretty quick. So you can craft them with one scrap metal, which is very easily found. You can find that on little piles on the floor, mailboxes like that. And then simply, if you haven't got any streams or rivers nearby, just go in there and hold E to take the dirty water. There we go. I've just filled up 2 of those things. So all you've got to do is cook your water, but, well, I say cook it, you've got to boil it, but we'll get onto that later. So you've got your club, your canteen. Now you want to craft your sleeping bag, just purely because these allow you to sleep anywhere you want, so you don't have to find a bed or any location to actually log off in. You can just use this as and when you want, and next time you join back in the game, you will be where you left off. These green bushes here are very good for berries. Now, if you can get a load of berries, they're really good for you. They give you 15 health and 5 towards your water. I don't really want to know what it's called. But yeah, they'll keep you alive. It's just enough to keep you going. So you want to keep an eye out just towards the start of the game for these little markers here. These indicate a campground. So you can just follow these all the way up to the campground, and then you will be fairly safe there, and you will come across a few good things, especially towards the start of the game. The stuff at the campground is really going to help you out. Let's head up there now and I'll show you what you can do. Alright, so we've made it to our campground. Now, I've already looted this earlier on, but what you can find here is you've got your scrap metal there. You can get 3 clean rags per tent, which is really good for bandages. You can get your tinder or whatever they call it there, and your wood logs here for your burning on the fire. And then there's more tinder there, and lots of scrap metal there. And obviously you can fill your canteen up from that there. So you've just got to get a fire started, bish bash bosh. There we go. You don't really need coal. It's helpful. It lasts a lot longer if you do have coal. So it is good. And then what you want to do to put things on the fire is press Alt. Not Alt, Shift, sorry. And then what have we got? We can put baked beans on there. And what else can we put on there? We can put... Do not put rancid food on there. It doesn't matter how much you cook it, it will not taste better. It will still make you ill. And it's good for your water as well. The good thing about these is you can just put as much as you want on there, which is really good. And then it will keep going. The whole time you stood here as well, it will heal you, which is really good, I think. I do like that fact. I think it's really cool. Anything that isn't meant to be on there, though, will set fire. So don't put anything on there you're not willing to lose. And my food is cooked. There we go. You can consume it. Don't stand on the fire like that, because that hurts. You got clean water there. Oh. Oh, maybe we can't cook salmon. Never mind. But yeah, and then if you just go back to the river there, you can fill up your canteen again, and then just place it back on. Now these will keep going, so you can place as much food as you want on in the 2 minutes that it's active. So it's really helpful in that respect. You only use a very finite amount of resources just to keep it going, which is really good. As well, whilst you're starting out, you want to really stay in these areas, just towards the lowlands, things like that, because you'll come across enough to survive. So you're going to need a map. Now, you see this board here? This is out in the sticks. You follow any of the trails which I've just talked about, and you will find a map. You can also find these guys at bus stops and the occasional shop. So when using the map, early on you don't have a compass or anything like that. So what you want to use is road signs. They will help you figure out exactly where you are. It's quite hard at first, but when you get used to it, it's really, really easy to actually read the map. Obviously, I'm near Old Town, and I have got a curved road behind me going all the way up and round with a bridge along there. So I am just there, which is bish bash bosh. It's going to lead me straight into the town. So exploring in this game is quite deadly. Everywhere you go, there's zombies. In the night, it's even worse. But in the day, just towards the start of the game, I would recommend just keeping away from the city, any of the cities really, and just looting areas like this, just little closed off areas, little campgrounds, things like that. It's just a lot safer, and you'll come across 3 or 4 zombies per house, which isn't too bad. I mean, in the city, you could probably come across 10 to 12, maybe even more in the buildings. So just towards the start of the game, it makes your life a lot simpler. You're not going to die all the time and lose your shit. So when you're out, you're coming across your houses, and there's zombies in them. Let these zombies use the windows. If you know there's zombies in a building, let them come out of the building. Try and stay away from the door, because they will also try and stay away from the door. They'll go to the quickest route towards you, which is usually the window if you stood by it. And it just gives you a few more seconds to actually take them down, which is quite good. You get about 3 hits and then they die. You get a good hit, you can do it in 2. But them coming through the window just slows them down a tiny bit, which is quite nice. Now, as I mentioned earlier, towns have the best resources, but they are also the highest in risk. So, as you can see in this town up here, Addersfield, there's a police station there. So you're going to find weapons there, things like that. And here you've got a petrol station, so you can fill any jerry cans up that you may have. I believe that's a hospital, but I'm not too sure. So you'll find medical supplies, things like that. Union Point, I'd say, is probably the best town, just purely because of the size. There's lots of little houses around there to loot, but because it's so big, there are also a lot of enemies around there. Beat the chicken. Damn. So when you're out, you're coming across your houses, and there's zombies in them. Let these zombies use the windows. If you know there's zombies in a building, let them come out of the building. Try and stay away from the door, because they will also try and stay away from the door. They'll go to the quickest route towards you, which is usually the window if you stood by it. And it just gives you a few more seconds to actually take them down, which is quite good. You get about 3 hits and then they die. You get a good hit, you can do it in 2. But them coming through the window just slows them down a tiny bit, which is quite nice. As you can see here, we're running through the town, and because it's a town, there's just so much more enemies. Obviously the reward is much greater, like I was saying, but the enemies are a hell of a lot more. But what you can do, just to avoid the enemies, is find something to jump on top of. So if you are stuck in a little bit of a situation like this, you can just get yourself up on somewhere like this, crouch down, and clobber them in the head when it works. Once you're up here, they can't get you, which is really good. Just keep moving, obviously don't stand still, because they will get you. So our final point today is it's quite simple, and I would assume it's very self-explanatory, but it might not be. And it's don't shoot guns. Not at night. Wait for it. Where are they? There's only one. What's going on? There we go. The second you start shooting, they will all start showing up. Oh. No, that's not what I wanted. So it's good for you not to actually use any type of firearm. Especially not at night, unless you've got an oil filter suppressor, which you can find quite easily. They're dotted around, but I just wouldn't really recommend shooting, not at night, because the enemies are much more aggressive, and they do a little bit more damage from what I think anyway, what I gather. I seem to be able to withstand 5 or 6 of them and take them out slowly, whilst getting injured a little bit, and it's okay. But not at night. At night, that's it. They're a lot faster and they're a lot meaner. So just bear that in mind when you've got your firearms out. It's always good just to use melee and run away, retreat high ground, and it just saves the day, really. But that'll be it for today, guys, and I hope you've enjoyed. I'm going to start doing maybe some crafting ones a little later on. I don't quite understand the crafting system fully just yet. So when I've got that down to a T, I will be back with some more videos like that. But thanks for watching today. Hope you've enjoyed, and we will be back again very soon with some more. Peace!